What's up, guys? Welcome back to the most amazing gaming channel in the world. Today's going to be going over the Mercury build. A couple tips with him. One, look at his passive meter. See how it's going up? Perfect. Now watch how it isn't going up. Do not jump with Mercury. It's not good. Hopefully that'll just be a little quick tip. Some people don't realize that, and they actually have a huge power decrease because of it. First, you want to go into your 1. Next, you're going to want to go into your... I like going into 3 because very seldomly are you going to need to get the... I mean, if they have... Look at what they have. If they have something like a curse, going into this is going to be amazing. Like, if they're going like Raven Jungle with curse, hitting this is going to be super, super helpful because when you activate it, you ignore any movement speed slows. So if they activate curse and you use your 2, it's going to be helpful. For the most part, though, you're not really looking to fight. I'll go into my 3 potentially to maybe catch one of them out. But if they have any slows and I think that they may use it, I'll go into my 2. Then go back into your 1, your 2, your ult. Your 1, your 1. At this point, I like upgrading the 2. You only get a 75 extra damage, and it doesn't decrease the cooldown or anything like that. So I'll go into my 2, my 1, 2, 2, 2, ult, ult, 3, 3, ult, 3, 3, ult. Now the reason why you want to upgrade your 2 is it increases your, the passive. Mercury gains increased movement speed. That means by yourself, or by itself, you're gaining an additional 10% movement speed. Which then you also look at his passive. Mercury also gains additional physical power equal to 25% of the movement speed. Now, I probably should have done this beforehand where I looked at the movement speed prior, but I think you're probably at around 376. Getting that extra 37 power, I get it's not much, but you just gained roughly estimating about 10 extra power solely for the fact that you upgraded your 2. Plus you get the attack speed duration and all that fun stuff. Now to actually go with the build, usually what I like to do is start this, Boombas. This is what, the relic is up to you. I really like if I'm starting in mid. Now, there was one game in ranked, I took him in, I'm like, yeah, we'll be fine. Everything that got messed up, my solo laner was not smart, and it's kind of like your mid and jungle. If your mid is bad, you have a bad jungler. Well, in the current meta, where you have your jungler starting solo and your support starts in mid, when you do that fucking start, it's the same thing. If you don't have a solo laner, you don't have a jungler. We ended up losing our entire jungle because our Nike decided to use her rend and go into, and instead of attacking the enemies, or the min wave, she attacked the enemies, which stopped our clear, and we lost like everything. It was bad against the Thor and a Shock, like it's gonna happen. But anyways, this is the normal start that I would like to go. Then finish Warrior Sabbath. I personally like going to Rage. Get this online as quick as possible. It's going to be very, very helpful. And honestly, it's not too expensive of an item. I then like coming back and going into Poison Star, Aussie, Titan's Bane, sell that, and go Deathbringer. Deathbringer will be the last one because at this point you have a 30. When you get this completely stacked, what is it? You get an extra, that's 45. This is going to give you 65% crit chance. You're going to already be destroying with that. Aussie is going to allow you to not only have more like penetration and everything, but the lifesteal, which is going to be super helpful. Late, like super late game, I'll probably sell this for Bloodforge if it gets that late. But Aussie is definitely super helpful because when you do drop below that 25%, you just like destroy. Then you do want Titan's Bane to actually be able to start hitting through people's protections. It's going to be 5 items in. I get that it's getting ready to get nerfed in this upcoming patch because Hi-Rez doesn't fucking understand the game. But it's super helpful. And then at that point you can go back into Deathbringer just because it's not, like, you're going to need that Titan's Bane for towers and everything. Now to actually show you how well this works, you crit, and they're dead. Plus, when you crit, you're going to be slowing their movement speed. all that fun stuff. So let me go and I just want to show you guys really quick the actual like damage as well, or the Aussie passive. Go. That hit 2. There we go. Now I will have to run around here. That's going to be on cooldown for a little bit more, and I should. I mean, it heals pretty good. It's a little hard to sell because these things don't level the way they should, which is unfortunate. But usually beads is always going to be needed as a Mercury. Without having beads, you lose out on so much, like, damage. Because if they CC you, like, you're dead. So beads is almost always a necessity. I don't think I lifesteal off those. Yeah. It's almost always going to be a necessity. So anyways, guys, this has been the Mercury build. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. There we go. You can see in like 3 punches I healed so much. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, have yourself a fucking amazing life. Alright, guys, and welcome. Here is the match history. You can see it's not too ideal by any means. Win ratio is a little low. This game was the rank that I was telling you. It was, I literally just got farmed. The hardest thing for me was Nike was feeding the shit out of Shock. Like, she was like 6k ahead. I was 8k behind because like Nike was just like she was losing. And the most like scary thing is if you get a fed Shock. Like, look at what this Shock was able to build into. Titan's Bane. And look at what my Nike was going into. Titan's Bane. I'm sorry, this is not good. She didn't really have money protections. Somehow I had more gold than her, but as a solo laner, and she was the only one to, like, not hit 20. Besides myself. They literally could do whatever they wanted. I got so far behind because I would kept rotating to help out my solo laner. Because if your solo laner feeds and theirs can literally walk around, they will be unkillable until the late game. Like, literally, like, 25 minutes, you won't be able to even touch them, which is kind of what happened here. I did my best, learn something this game, which is if your solo laner's feeding, like I've said before, you just gotta let it happen. And you just gotta be like, dude, play safe, and if they just call if they rotate, and try and rotate with it, but don't miss out on farm. Like, because at that point, like, I would go over and I couldn't do anything. And nothing would come of it, so then I'd miss out on farm, and then I'd run back, and then this person was Lyra, and, like, they were just so, like, she was saying, well, you should be staying in mid. And I'm like, what? And then we get our mid and our support behind, because we're 3-way splitting mid. Like, if your solo laner sucks, it's unfortunate. Like, this should never be the case. I died 12 times and still had more gold than a Nike, who was higher level and died half as much, which means she was on the playing ground essentially twice as long as me, and she still couldn't out farm me in gold. We also never had a single Nemean to counter a Jingwei that built into crit. I guess we had a Nemean here, but no Thorns, because we thought that it wasn't needed. Like, it was tough. This is where I like to say it's very situational. I personally like starting in mid with Mercury. That was my intention, so I went into Sprint. A Mercury with Sprint, with speed buff, and tier 2 boots and Boombas will be able to 1v1 because most people will clear lane and come to invade your speed. As soon as that happens, they're out of position and you guys will kill. You pop Sprint and it's happened so many times. So very, very disappointing here. This match right here was 5-8-1. Again, I don't know. I even first and second blooded this, but my mid laner was not a mid laner. Like this should be a prime example. Everyone was saying, like, it was, yeah, everyone was like, oh, this Mercury, and I'm like, what? I have the highest level, the most gold, the most kills. Like, this was very, just an unfortunate game as well. Reinforced Greaves, on an Amaterasu. Like, I don't know why. So that was an unfortunate game as well. But when you're highest kills, most gold, like, it's just unfortunate. This one, my hell, this is also a casual conquest, but my hell actually started speed with me. We got it. I pop sprint. We got a kill. Like, you look at the assists I have. Like, this is crazy. Not ideal for someone that you want to feed, because if the Mercury gets fed, like, it's basically game over. This one as well, 416.9 was very unfortunate. My Giannis literally was not a person for the first half of the game. Like, he would never rotate. Like, he would literally sit in lane and not do buffs. And I'm like, dude, just throw your 2 over the wall, and if you throw your 2 over, I can clear these heartbeats. And he's like, nah, and he's just, like, sitting there. Like, it was very unfortunate. So I'd get picked off a lot. But, you know, you look at the player damage, it's just Mercury, he's a god that I haven't played too much, so I haven't had too many good games. But, I mean, you look at, there's Susano, Susanu's a stupid brain-dead god. And then this one, 8 and 4, again, I was 2 levels up. I think this was my solo laner, and this was my support. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I like going sprint first as Merc because it does give you a huge power increase. However, keep in mind it's a very, very, very risky relic, especially into how much CC they had. Not going beads was stupid that they didn't punish me more. But by going frenzy and sprint, like, if you pop this, everyone's dead. Like, everyone's dead around you, especially with this upgraded. You then get haste and fatalis, and you just fucking fly. So anyways, guys, hopefully this is going to show. I like to go over the match histories. Unfortunately, you know, it's a little unfortunate. I haven't had too many good games, but yeah, I mean, this is this is tough when they just obliterate everyone. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have yourself a fucking amazing life.